The 1928 Olympics were held in Amsterdam and marked a year of many Olympic firsts, many of which are still experienced today. From the return of Germany to the playing field to the formal inclusion of women's sports to the official program, 1928 was a pivotal year for the Games.
After losing bids to host the 1920 and 1924 Games, Amsterdam finally laid claims to hosting in 1928. The Games were notable for being the first Games which allowed females to compete at track and field athletics, and benefited greatly from the general prosperity of the times alongside the first appearance of Coca-Cola.
For the first time, a symbolic fire was lit during the Games. The fire was lit in a cauldron that was placed at the top of a tower in the stadium. For the residents of Amsterdam, the tower became known as the KLM ashtray. At the opening ceremony, the team from Greece led the Parade of Nations, with the host team marching in last. Greece first, host last has been Olympic protocol ever since. Germany returned to the Games after not being invited to the 1920 and 1924 Olympics in the midst of Nazi turmoil. Despite a total absence of 16 years, German athletes were ranked second with 295 competitors. "1928 also experienced a year of underdogs emerging as the team from India swept to victory in field hockey. Between 1928 and 1956, India's mid would win 6 straight gold medals in this event. The actions of Australian rower Henry Pearce at the Amsterdam Games have since become legend. He stopped midway through his quarterfinal to let a family of ducks pass, but still went on to win the race and eventually even the gold medal. For the first time, one women's artistic gymnastics event and a small number of women's athletics events were to be included on the program. Perhaps the biggest story of the 1928 Olympics were that women were allowed to compete the first time in track and field. In the 800 meters, the event was won by German Lena Radke, but several of the women in the event collapsed in exhaustion, not unlike the men. But the IOC and IAAF considered this dangerous to women, and therefore would not allow women to run more than 200 meters at the Olympics again until 1960. Betty Robinson made Olympic history as she was the first woman to win the 100-meter race. Born in Illinois, she won the race at the age of 16 and was second to only the world record holder. Carla Marangoni is a former Italian gymnast who in 1928 won the silver medal as a member of the Italian gymnastics team. She became the first Italian woman to win an Olympic medal. She is the last surviving medalist to have won gold or silver in the 1928 Olympics and is turning 100 in November. In the sprints, Canada's Percy Williams became the first non-American to win the 100-200 double. Finland continued to star in the distance races, winning all the events longer than 800 meters, and Paavo Nurmi winning gold in the 10K and silver in the steeplechase. There were no African American medalists in these games, but there were some noteworthy athletes, like DeHart Hubbard, who was the first African American to win an Olympic gold medal in an individual event in 1924. While he didn't medal in the 28 games, his presence alone was an accomplishment of the times. The Games concluded after the completion of 109 events from 46 nations. The U.S. and Germany led medal counts. According to the committee, the total cost was over $1 million, with a total loss of $18,000, much less than that of the previous Games. The 1928 Winter Games were the first true Winter Olympics held on its own, as they were not in conjunction with the Summer Olympics. The Winter Multisport event was celebrated February 11th through 19th in St. Moritz, Switzerland. These games replaced the now redundant Nordic Games. Fluctuating weather conditions made these Olympics memorable. The opening ceremony was held in a blizzard. In contrast, warm weather conditions plagued the Olympics for the remainder of the Games, requiring cancellations of one event, with temperatures as high as 77 degrees Fahrenheit.
The Winter Games were small with only 25 nations competing. Norway finished with 15 medals, followed by the U.S. It altogether included 14 events with 4 sports. Mexico, Germany, and Japan made their first Winter Olympic appearance at these Games. One winner, Sonia Heaney, made Olympic history, winning more figure skating titles than any other woman. Sonia was also known for being a popular movie star of the time. Also, for the first time, Winter Olympic events were forced to move inside of a hotel due to the extremely high temperatures, making the Games memorable for years to come.